Thank you for watching this installment of Tearing at the Fabric of Convention. As we end 2012 and we're moving into 2013, I thought hard about what is it I'd like to communicate to those who like to listen to my communications. And what I came up with was this concept, the clean slate. We are creatures of habits, and who we are and what we do is a byproduct of the habits and disciplines we did and sadly didn't have throughout the past year. And as we go into the new year, many people make resolutions. I want to create this in 2013. I'd like to do that in 2013. Some of these are personal, some of these are business, some of these are spiritual, some of these are financial, all kinds of resolutions. The problem is, and why resolutions fail so often, is because we can't escape who we are. There's not a person who's watching me right now who doesn't have a past where there are bad things that have happened to them. And simultaneously, there's not a person who's watching this who hasn't had a bad thing happen to them. As a result of these behaviors, good and bad, as a result of these experiences, good and bad, we have a self-image. And we have a certain context for who we are, what we do, and what we expect out of life. And as a result, life becomes, for all of us, a self-fulfilling prophecy. So what I want to see happen is that we recast what that self-fulfilling prophecy would be. You see, if you don't wipe the slate clean, and if you basically stay defined, consciously or subconsciously, by your past, you will be confined to a future of limited possibilities. Here's what I'm recommending. It's a little bit edgy, maybe even a little bit scary, very adventurous, and if you handle it right, a lot of fun. I'm recommending that you take this slate that's called your life and you just wipe it clean. Forget all the convention, forget all the definitions, forget who you used to be, but clean that slate off and start writing what you want to be, what you want to become. This is the process that's known as creation. The beauty of life, the beauty of existence, is the fact that there is a thing called creation. Something emerges that didn't used to exist. So I see two potential paths for you in 2013. One is the continued path of your current patterns and your current definitions, or a clean slate and a new path with new definitions and new impressions of who you are and new possibilities. I think the big mistake that people make is that sometimes they create New Year's resolutions, goals and objectives that are new possibilities, that would be breakthroughs in your life. But they haven't done the other work necessary to make that happen, and that other work would be cleaning the slate, eliminating and deleting old impressions and patterns and habits, and creating the new ones that are consistent with this new person. So what does this mean? This means you have to do what might be the hardest thing for most people to do. It means you have to let go. Now, one of my great mentors, Dr. Nathaniel Brandon, talks about self-acceptance, which is, in essence, making peace with the past. It's not forgiveness, it's making peace with the past. And his comment on this, which I think is very profound, is this: you cannot leave a place where you've never been. So what would it take for you, as soon as this video ends, what would it take for you to sit down and get honest about your current reality, about the place you're in right now? Before you dream about the place you want to go, how about knowing where you are right now? And then secondly, identifying what is it about this reality that you would have to let go of in order to move into a new future that otherwise is not possible for you. That is what I mean when I talk about the clean slate. That's what it's all about. Sitting down, accepting reality for what it is, looking at it and saying, I accept this. Now I'm wiping the slate clean and I'm going into a new future. Maybe you've struggled financially and that's your self-fulfilling prophecy. You have goals to break out, but you haven't wiped your slate clean so that can happen. Maybe you got challenges in your relationships. Same thing. You want to have better relationships, but you don't because there's a self-image, a reality that exists for you that would have to be wiped clean. I can go on about your personal health, your spirituality, all in the same vein. So I'm going to invite you to wipe the slate clean. I'm going to invite you to figure out what you have to let go of and then create new possibilities for 2013. Thank you for sharing some time with me here, and I wish you the best for 2013.